Hello everyone, happy Monday. So I wanted to share to you, supposedly I'm going to use my DSLR, but I realized I wanted to showcase to you that even though you are just starting and you wanted to create content, you can definitely use what you have. So I have here my camera from my computer. I also have my phone. So if you have any resources that you are have in hand that you could use to really create content or publish content, then use it. So that's why I'm encouraging you and inspiring you that you use what you have and don't feel like you will be blinded with how beautiful the setup from the content creators that you have seen online. So what I'm doing today is actually this afternoon. I'm taking a break from work. So what I'm usually doing today is whenever I take breaks, I journal and I design. I love journaling. So I've been inspired with this way back in 2017. So this is what I do. This is last week, and then I'm starting a new one. So usually I do bullet journaling, but I decided to be creative and do this. This is very therapeutic for me because lately I realized that I've been doing social media work, and then it became mundane, and I felt like um, it's not giving me anymore the creative. So I finally need to find an outlet to be creative. And backstory with um, journaling. The main point why I was journaling, it's because of this story. Way back when I was joining Pageant, I think I'm 18 year stage. I was in college, and I won a pageant. And then the what did I say that the mayor in that town wasn't really impressed with my answer, but I was so okay with that. I understand that I should say it was not the best answer, but that's what the people love. I should say people supported and applauded me with when I answered the Q&A. So that made me, I think, won the heart of the people, and that's why I also won the heart of the judges at the end. In terms of communication, the mayor told me that I wasn't really. It was not on point, and I totally understand that and respect that. From that experience itself, really made me and shaped me in terms of my communication. So one of the exercises that I do is I journal. So it's either bullet journaling or free flow thought journaling. So that's why I journal, because sometimes it clears my thoughts, and sometimes it makes me relax. So this is very therapeutic to me. And if you're someone as well who's feeling like you're confused and don't know where you're really heading to, then journaling is also a good start for you. In terms of my task, because today is Monday, in terms of my task, because I'm going to walk you through how is my week as a social media manager, so that you get a glimpse of how it is. Usually whenever Mondays are more of my focus days. So earlier I didn't really film early this morning because I was really focusing of how delegating the task to my team. So I use ClickUp to plot the task, and then I also have I'm still figuring out how to use it. There are also areas that I need to adjust on in terms of communicating, because sometimes, as what I have said earlier, there are things that might be usual and you get used to it, but your team member or someone is not familiar with it. So that's one of the things that I am working on. So that's why communication is important. Even though you're a solopreneur or you're starting with your career, or whether you're telling something important to your family member, always communicate it. That's why I wanted to share this story, because I want you to be inspired that even though you're starting, you don't know really how to say how you feel, you don't know how to really communicate, how to create content, or how to really craft a clear message. Starting somewhere where you are is always the best thing, because once you hear the output, or you have heard your video or your recording or the blog post that you have created, you will get something from that, and that is a good start for you. That's why some people get paralyzed, especially me. When I started, I get paralyzed and overwhelmed with all the information, because I consume a lot of information but did not apply it. That's why it's important when you consume an information like this one, bite-sized information, you apply it right away so that it's a lot easier. You don't feel overwhelmed with that, especially if you're just starting. Terminologies, information, formats is new to you, and you need to apply every piece of it one at a time. I think that's it for today. I'm going to go back to my work. I'm going to record manuals for my team because I am not yet finished with it. I'm also watching videos on Netflix to really entertain me and to take breaks as well, because I used to be that workaholic type of person, but I realized it's not really healthy for me. It's not good for myself in long term, and it made me. It also feels me that it shaped me the person that I'm not. So that's why I'm trying to really address my areas that I need to address with in terms with self-care and personal development. Okay, so that's it. Let me know how you usually do your Mondays so that we could share how we do our Mondays work. Mainly Monday is more of the focus work with me, and then the rest is more of like taking breaks and taking a nap, and also mother tasks. If you're a mom like me, let me know how you do things, how you manage things, so we could share each other's tips perhaps in the future. And I will read that in the comments, and I would love to know about you.
White lace on the outside, satin pillows on the inside, spinning gears of gold make noise, a ballerina with such poise. Too bad her porcelain heart's been broken, 'cause it's just so fragile. Can you fix my music box? My heart is shy, just like my thoughts. I just want the song to play, the one that takes my breath away. Can you fix my music box? The ribbon's frayed, you've gone astray. Can you fix my music box? The doll won't move and the song won't start.
Hello everyone, happy Tuesday. So today I'm going to bring you behind the scenes of what I'm going to do today. So for today, I feel inspired to create content for my client and for myself. So it's a lot easier for me to get things done in terms of content creation because I'm very inspired to do the work. I also have decided to join my team members to be the critic of my work so that they could add information, and they also do the research for me. So it's a lot easier for me to hand information. Mainly, I'm more of the creative aspect strategist of the team because I'm the one who's managing the team for social media. And I think also as well, one of the improvements that we are doing this week is that it's a lot, we are more organized this week because we are currently using ClickUp, and it saves me a lot of time with making sure that we get things done on time. We make sure that we deliver the quality of work, and we also have now processes. I have created standard operating procedures for my team members so that they know what would be the proper way to handle things, how to do things. They have still the liberty to be creative, but we have already a standard operating procedure that they could follow through to really know the step-by-step process, and their creativity is injected through the process when they are creating the work. So I'm going to bring you behind the scenes of how to create content for my clients.
Isuga. Bibig dia.
Hello everyone. I should say today is Wednesday. I don't really feel doing what I really want to do, but I need to get it done. And there's quite a conflict in terms of anxiety and getting things done. So that's how I am feeling today. And to add up, I'm drinking coffee. I don't know, I don't feel getting things done today. I know for a fact that some people, and I was one of those people way back then, you need to hustle, 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 and sometimes you really forget to look after yourself. So way back when I was starting on freelance, I need to catch up a lot of things. I need to learn a lot of things, and because of that, I was overwhelmed. At that time as well, I was a new mom, so it was like a month or prior to becoming a mom. I was attending a lot of seminars. I was reading a lot of books. I was working. I was working hard overtime at my full-time job. When I was a guidance counselor, and then when I come home, I rest quite a little bit, and then afterwards that because I was at that moment that I really wanted to quit my job, not because it's not because it's not wonderful. The environment is not wonderful. It's just that it doesn't feel like I belong into that career path. I felt like I was distant to my career growth. So I've been finding ways for me to quit my job, get out from my job because I really want to pursue something different from working in a four wall setup that you need to sit for the whole day from 8 to 5 in the afternoon just to work. And I don't feel that sense of environment. I want to be the type of person that I get the flexibility to do other things, relax, and then do nothing, just to allow my just to allow myself to think if I need things to if I need my creativity and my thinking skills. And sometimes I don't feel, and also in terms of financial growth, especially if you are working in a 9 to 5 job. So if you're working for a business or if you're working for a company, then the company initially dictates or sometimes negotiate with your salary, and it usually happens, financial should I say, the yearly increase of your income usually happens at the end of the year. So it usually increases from 1% to 5%. I'm not quite sure depending on the industry. So what happened to me? I think it was, how do you call that? The term when you get a salary increase I think it's called incremental, something like that. So I get an increase. So I was earning way back then. So I was exposed into two jobs. So from my first job, I was a guidance counselor in a private company. Then after a year, my contract ended, and also at that time I got pregnant. I was not yet married at that time, so I need to quit my job because it's a private school, a Catholic school, and I feel like I'm not anymore the best fit to represent the students because I've broken the Catholic. I have sinned in front of God, so I felt like I decided to not renew my contract and quit my work there. And then I went home to my hometown here in Delegate, and I thought that I would be resting. And then, because in provincial areas, there are only limited opportunities, especially for my career path as a guidance counselor, because especially there are only few schools in a town, and in every town there are only one or two guidance counselors that are needed. One of the opportunities that I have accepted, there are two big schools that has offered an opportunity for me, and that was blessing in disguise. But the good thing is it is a government entity, government agency, so there's a what do you call that, discrimination law, that when even though you're not yet married, I don't know what is the term of the law, that if you're not yet married and you got pregnant, you're still accepted as long as you are fit to the work. Later on I realized, I thought that that's the career path for me because I've dreamed of working there. And then when I got to work there, it doesn't really feel the same anymore. So that's why, not because people is not good or the environment or the career path, the environment in terms of support, they are there for you. In terms of finances and career growth, government has funds. But it's just that I felt like the process is slow. and it felt like it's not for me. That's why I quit after I got there June 2018, and I quit uh, December 2019. So that's a year and so in the company, and I'm very grateful from that experience itself. And afterwards that I figured out what I really wanted. I was still anxious, overwhelmed of the journey, but in the long run, after a year, in 2020, I struggled a lot. I cried. I broke down a lot, and I felt like there's a lot of resistance in my career shift because they have doubted me. Even my parents, even my partner, now my husband, they even doubted the process of where I am right now. And I'm very grateful that I didn't really stop pursuing what I really wanted, because if I stopped, if I go back, I actually attempted to go back because I applied in a similar career path with social media, but I am unemployed, so I'm working for a business. But I'm luckily I was not really accepted with the final, I should say the final person who is suited for the job. But I'm very grateful that they didn't hire me, because after that I break through with my biggest client ever. I've been working with him. Actually, they are a husband and wife duo, so I've been working with them 6 months already. So, in the process of 6 months, I started with this specific work with them, and then the project becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. Now I'm their overall social media manager, so I already have a team that helps me with handling. So if I quit at that very moment, I should have never been where I am right now. So if you're someone who's going through a lot of times and you feel like you're overwhelmed, anxious, remember that it is part of the process. Remember that this emotional challenges will be part of your journey. And despite the resistance from your family, no moral support, keep in mind that they are just feeling the fear for you, and you need to be the person that use that resistance and lack of moral support to turn into a motivation to show to them that you can do it, because you are the one who's holding the vision for yourself and not them. And keep that in mind despite the resistance. So that's it for today. So mainly I'm doing some motivational talk. This is also a talk for myself, reminding me where I'm starting. And I'm going to do some content and entertainment at the same time. So that's it for Wednesday, and have a great day. Bye. Hello everyone. So today is Friday, and it's quite in between chill and focus. So for the morning, I was working with the YouTube video that I will be uploading today. But unfortunately, I was experiencing headache, maybe because I was exhausted with thinking, and that's why I slept the whole afternoon. And I was also managing my sister, because my sister now is part of my team, and I'm orienting her with the things that she needs to get done. And she will be probably staying here until next week, and then by next week she could do all the tasks at her home. For me, by 6 today, I will be hopping on a call with the CPA to talk about my business, because I will be consulting of what should be my business type, how to keep track of my finances, how to file taxes, and all of that. So that is something that I will be working on after we hop on a call. By tomorrow, I will be doing more research, perhaps and as well as going through my finances so that I will not be making financial mistakes as a business owner. So that's something that I need to do, and as well as finishing my YouTube video so that I could upload that tomorrow. So that's on my checklist, and that's it for me.